Welcome back, everybody, to the good old Southern IA. I'm actually sitting in a row crop tractor, so that means we're getting closer to spring. And with getting closer to spring, that means you need to have all your implements ready to go. And one of the things you have to do is actually service your vehicles or tractors. And this tractor right here is due for an oil change. And I figured, well, I could change this in my shop, just lay on the ground and change the oil. Or I could head on over to the guy's shop that owns this trencher right behind me here and get to doing the oil change on his like ultimate shop pit. I'm gonna go to the shop pit. And if you guys think that's a good idea, smash that like button for me. It helps out with the videos. And then also, the favorite comment from this video within the first 24 hours gets pinned, and then I'll send you a sticker. So let's throw this pretty lady in gear and head on down the road to the next shop. Well, everybody, this is Steve. You might have seen him in some of the other videos. He's does a lot of trenching for us and does dirt work and stuff like that. And he actually sells and engineers these awesome pits right here. And we're actually going to talk about it after we get the oil out of this tractor so we can drain it while it's warm here. You guys can hang out. So the cool thing about this pit here is it's completely automatic and remote controlled. So you start it, 2 hands, and then you press down and it brings you down to the level. You can stop it at any level that you want to be at so you can get to the right level. For instance, right here is the drain plug for this 8110. And then as you start to lower down, the lights automatically turn on. So you have the underbelly of whatever you're working on lit up pretty darn well.
Adjustable, it fits whatever you're doing.
That hurt a good machine. What Steve was telling me is that how he came across these guys is that he built a really nice house just right outside here using Fox blocks or preformed concrete deals. And as soon as he could get the house done, he had the permission or I don't know how you would want to say it, blessing to build this shop. And one of the things that he wanted to have in his shop was a pit, and the pit that he really liked was in Australia. So he communicated with the guys in Australia and struck a deal with them to be able to manufacture these pits for people in the United States. And so you can build a pit anywhere in the United States, can't you?
And Canada.
And Canada.
They're pretty the other way.
I usually figure that out. It can only go one or two ways.
Yeah, true.
Oh baby, that engine's still hot. Okay. Easy does it. Easy does it.
Side of it. So when it touches, then you rotate it so much part of a turn, and then that's when you stop.
I'd say I'm pretty close there.
I always put them on as tight as I can get them.
By hand, or you use filter
By hand.
wrenches?
I
Yeah.
use by hand.
I don't usually put them back on. So if somebody's wanting a pit like this, what's the design process for getting one of these pits?
Okay, you meet with me and we discuss what is the optimum size pit you need for length and for width. Then I have an engineering firm that I work with. They will design that pit to fit your exact need. Once it is designed, then I have a welding fabrication shop that's all they do. It's a really state-of-the-art shop, and they will weld the frame. Once the frame is welded, it gets sandblasted, comes back to the shop. We'll fit it with the hydraulics, we'll fit it with the electronics, and then we'll test run it with the electronics and the hydraulics that we use on site. We can even set the limits. The load limit of this unit is 2,000 pounds, so we can set the maximum load, and then we can set the load limit on the hydraulics at the same time.
And then, so say you have a pit already in your shop, as long as it's doable, as in you're saying the depth has to be a certain depth to actually fit the hydraulic system into the pit, you can retrofit a pit.
Right, we can retrofit a pit if it's deep enough. One of the things that we'll do in a retrofit, we'll use a 5-inch frame. This particular pit here is using an 8-inch frame.
Okay.
But if we use a 5-inch frame, then automatically we're going to take about 5 or 6 inches out of the bottom of your pit to retrofit one in. If you have made one deep enough that that's not a problem, that's no problem whatsoever. We'll make it fit exactly to your pit.
And these things are cool. 1, 2, comes out of there a lot better.
The switches have different applications. This is the master shutoff. You got your circuit breaker coming in, your radio control here. You've got redundant relays for safety. So it's all designed, and it's manufactured by a company in Des Moines, Iowa. That's what they do. They make electronic panels.
So this is very engineered to control this.
Extremely. Yeah.
And this is the powerhouse of this lift, which is just essentially an electric motor on a hydraulic pump with a reservoir underneath it. And
A hydroelectric valve right here. This is an electrically controlled hydraulic valve.
in or out, basically.
Yeah, one's an up, one's a down.
One's up, one's down, and it has a filter on it. So, just uses tractor oil, like tractor hydraulic oil or low viscosity or something?
It's just regular low viscosity hydraulic oil.
And that's how it makes this thing work. It's like, you want to have the ultimate shop, you'd have to have one of these things in here. I mean, the opportunities that you can use one of these for is endless. He was talking about last year he brought his dozer in here and the belly pan was completely full of dirt, and so he raised it up and undid the belly pan on the dozer and then just lowered the floor down to get the belly pan away from it so he could clean out the whole bottom side of the dozer. Anybody that crawls around under the dozers, and you've seen in my videos, they're not very fun under there. Thanks for letting me use your pit today. Hopefully the weather turns to nice enough so we can get this trenching done.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, well, not really, but well, you with the zip ties, you're ready to go. That's a story for a different time, and you guys will get to see that too. So, thanks for hanging out with us again today. And if you guys have any questions about this shop pit, I will put all of Steve's contact information here in the screen and also in the description below. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. After sitting there and actually thinking about it on the way home here, I thought maybe I should give you guys my thoughts on what I liked about the pit. There's a few things that I actually really like. One, it's a pit, and you can have a pit in your shop without having a huge gaping hole in the middle of your shop somewhere. That's a huge plus to it. And then I really like the fact that it was actually customizable to fit your needs. And so after you've designed it and talked about the features that you need to have in the pit, the requests are basically sent to an engineering firm, and then an engineering firm and engineers actually engineer the pit. So it's just not a how-to kind of situation, I guess you could say, as in each pit is engineered. Then it's actually sent to a state-of-the-art welding shop where that's all they do, is that it's completely welded up really, really darn well. And then after it's welded up, it gets sandblasted, painted, and then finally gets to be installed in your shop. All in all, the simplicity of like the mechanics of the lift itself is very basic. I mean, you've got an electric switch panel that is a 3M or 3E. In Des Moines, I can't remember which one. I think it's 3E. In Des Moines actually builds that switch box, so it's a built switch box. Then it has actually the hydraulic pump is built out in at a hydraulic shop. So those are your two components of this rig for this pit. So all in all, it's really pretty simple, and the philosophy of keep it simple, stupid works. But those are the things that I really liked about the pit. I mean, it made it significantly more comfortable. I don't know if it made it easier, but more comfortable to be under a piece of equipment and working on it. But thanks for viewing the video, guys, and we'll see you probably in the next video, maybe Saturday or Sunday. We'll know. So, see ya.